Hey everybody, Kristine here. I am Kristine Grace. I'm an embodiment practitioner in Alaska. And I wanted to talk to you today, give you a little bit of a weekly update, a snapshot on my process, where I am. I know I had shared a little bit ago around like what I'm kind of unearthing and what's going on with me. And I wanted to share with you what the energy's been like the past couple of weeks, what's coming forward, and just give you a little, just a little snapshot in time of what's going on. So the past couple weeks have been really interesting for me. I really do this undulating wave, and I noticed that with my process, with my business, and it's been really interesting to follow how I've changed how I work with energies that come up, emotions that come up in my own experience. And the energies that have really been coming up the past few weeks have really been a focus around unearthing and rebirth, and that's actually has been a lot of this theme this whole year, but it's really been about full circle, things really coming full circle, really allowing this light to come in to illuminate these areas that you were having awareness on. And a lot of this is really around relationship and communication, relationship with yourself, relationship with others. You may be noticing that like full circle relationships coming back around, of old relationships, past experiences, maybe memories that are still resurfacing, and they're all coming up to be acknowledged, to be healed. And so part of my process in this time has really been on focusing on what that looks like and doing that work also for myself. And so a lot of the work that I do with my clients, I do every day for myself, and that's why this is so beautiful, is I share firsthand what works personally, evidence-based, with my clients, with my work, with myself, and I share that with all of you, and I teach that to my clients. And a lot of this process for me has really been this undoing. It's been looking at certain memories, certain specific situations, and overlaying new timelines, new desired experiences, new feel-good energy on top of them. And let me explain this a little bit. So kind of the reason why I do what I do is because I have gone through my own and am going through my own personal transformational journey, right? Way back then, so many bad things, right? It was like I was riddled with migraines all the time, pain throughout my body. I did not realize how much excruciating pain I was in. Lots of trauma, lots and lots of trauma. So because of the trauma and the aggressive stuff, I went and saw a lot of other practitioners of facilitators through White Raven Center. It was where I learned a lot of this work for myself. And what I really did notice is, after all this uncovering, right, all this unearthing, all this clearing, this moving through and then getting rid of, right, I get clients all the time, it's like, I want to get rid of stress, I want to get rid of pain, I want to stop feeling like this, right? After doing all that work and feeling super, super clear, right? And it feels good to get rid of all that yuck and sludge, right? That's why we do a lot of these clearings. It was really this moment of like, okay, now what, right? Like, now what? What are we bringing in? What are we calling in? All I knew was I don't want to feel like this anymore. What do I want to feel like? And that journey is where I am now. And it's a daily process of, how do I want this to feel? What do I want this to look like? How do I want this to feel? How do I want it to express and share with others in my life, right? How is this going to have this ripple effect throughout time? And so the work that I'm doing now is really a process of receiving. And part of these past 2 weeks, I really do unplug from social media. So sometimes you'll see me kind of ghost out. I won't have a lot of posts up. I won't have a lot of things. 10 times out of 10 is because I am healing and working on myself. And I know that by doing that, I become the best of service for my clients, for my family, and for you all. And during this time, it was like, anytime I noticed I was stressed, it was like, where am I not receiving? Anytime I noticed I was overwhelmed, it was like, where am I not receiving? Anytime I felt like I was bored, it was like, where am I not receiving? And it was this constant like overflow of like, oh, I can receive more. I can receive more. I can receive more. And so really the work that I do is really about shifting from I want to stop feeling like this, to how do you really want to feel? What do you really want? And that question may stump a lot of you. Because right now, if I asked you that, you would say, well, what would you say, right? And now when I ask that question to myself, it's so clear. It's like, oh, I want to feel abundant. I want to feel vibrant. I want to feel like I am just like shaking at every level, and I just feel good. And when I walk into a room, it's contagious. People start laughing for no reason, right? Like, it's so palpably clear on the energy that I want to come from, the feelings that I want to feel, the collaborations that I want to create, and they just walk right in because I'm so aligned with the feelings that I want to bring into my life. And so the work that I really do now, and finding the words for them is always interesting. It's really around this embodiment process. And the embodiment process is all around bringing you back into presence, bringing you back into wholeness, bringing you back into the body, and connecting your body and your soul together to give you that clarity. Because we all do this. We've all done this. Is where we seek out here constantly, like externally, all the things that we think is going to give us clarity. And for a lot of people, you know, it's a good thing. It's like, go learn, go read. But there's a point, and I also have fallen into this trap. It's like, at some point, action has to be taken. You continually taking more and more courses. You continually taking more and more steps towards this. You continually taking, you know, this retreat, that retreat, this course, that course. It's like some of you, and I know I have been guilty of this, have constantly been doing that to learn and read and discover and understand, thinking that one day it will click. But the difference here is that you actually need to practice what you preach. And you're constantly seeking for this like understanding to finally hit home, but that's not what happens. What happens is that when you hear the truth, you actually need to walk that path. And it looks very, very different. Right? When I say, you know, understand that body-soul connection, how that shows up in everyday life, for me in one day that can look 500 different ways. But it's being present with that moment, in that moment of time, or what actually needs to come through. And over time that becomes very, very clear. And so the reason why I do what I do is really to bring people who have come from this state of not wanting to feel like this, to really being clear on how they really want to feel. And this past couple of weeks has been like that for me. It has been, you know, me and my husband overlaying certain emotions, certain memories around our own experiences together, my own experiences around certain things, and really coming from that state of excitement, of energy, of flow, and being in that constant state of receiving and watching what shows up. So, with that being said, there's a lot of new things that are happening here. I have updated my book online system, my scheduler. It is in my page. My bio, you can click on it. It'll have my book online function. Through that, you can book your discovery call, which is always free with me. And that's really to get clear on like what you're really needing. If a lot of what I'm saying is landing with you, but it's not, if you're feeling like, okay, well, I feel like I've got a different story, I've got a different focus, like, can you work with that? Or is that something that you do? Yes, let's talk. Because if it's not, I will tell you, and I will totally get you to where you need to go, as far as referring you to other practitioners that can get you the help that you need. But the other things that I do is really get clear on like, are we a right fit? You know, is the work that I do really going to be a complement to what you actually need? Because a lot of this isn't knowledge based. This is support walking the walk, like hand in hand. Here's your thing, walking forward, and what does it actually look like in real life time? You know, like actually implementing that, putting it into practice, and having the support along the way, right? So on my online system, you have the discovery call. Like I said, you have your ability to book a massage with me. I still do massage, and I love body work. It's a wonderful tool to like unpack, right, the sludge in the body, and to get you grounded and feeling good. I also do energy clearings as well. And those are always through Zoom because I like to record them. And the reason for that is because you can go back to it and re-clear over and over again, and also listen to what is happening and kind of get new awarenesses as you go listen to that over and over. So energy clearings are up as well. And alignment sessions. Alignment sessions are done in person for the most part. because I do a blend of everything. So I do the massage and the body work, the energy clearing, as well as a one-on-one support, which is the coaching style that I have. And all of that's available online. The other thing that I have going on this Thursday is we have a Shaman Soul Sister monthly energy clearing, and that is coming up this Thursday at 3 p.m. Alaska time, 6 p.m. Nebraska time, and I think like 7 p.m. Florida time. I think that's a thing. Check the link. I'll put it down below. And that's just really for you to be able to taste a little of what I do in collaboration with 3 of my other sisters. We call ourselves the Shaman Soul Sisters because we realized in conjunction with us together that we are shamans. And that was a really profound moment, awareness. I mean, it was like, oh, is that a thing? Like, is it that? So it's been this undoing of what we think that is and a reintegration of how that actually looks moving forward. And so we work for all 4 of us together, and we do those clearings as well. And they're great. They're only $20. You get a clearing, you get the recording, and you get to work with all 4 of us, and that's really, really cool. And so the other thing that I want to share about is that I do also have my intentional goddess retreats. And the next one that I have planned is in October. And I really love what happens when you get a group of people together who share the same vision, who share the same message, who share the same intention. And that is powerful. When they come together, when those people come together with the same intention to heal, to nourish, to discover, to be curious, moving forward, it just amplifies, and you get to see the resonance in each other. You get to feel what they're going through as well and get to apply that to your own life, and you get to hear that. And you also get that support, and support is huge. Part of the reason why I think it took my healing journey so long is that I didn't have that support group. I didn't have that support center, that person, right? And until I found that, it was almost impossible. I mean, there was all this information, right, in this world, and yet it doesn't do anything for us until you have the accountability, you have the support right there with you. So October is the dates that I'm looking at, the 3rd week of October, and basically it's a 2-night, 3-day event. And with that comes ongoing support as well, because the actual integration piece after that is huge. And I always do that with my retreats. I allow 3 months of time afterwards to have bi-monthly sessions, in group sessions through Zoom, so you can also have those recorded, because they're huge in allowing you to really see, you know, you have all this beautiful moment, you have this beautiful awareness, this transformation, and yet life happens, right? Like, what do you actually do when you have that like nasty conversation with your coworker, or something happens, right? What are you going to do in that moment, right? There's that choice of like, do I revert to the old ways of the things that I've always done, or do I actually implement these new tools that I just learned, right? And so that's what that's about, and getting the accountability moving forward. So there's a lot that's happening, there's a lot that's shifting, and there's so much that's come through in these past couple of weeks, and I will be talking to you more about that moving forward. I really wanted to get on here and just share my heart with you, and just share why it is that I'm doing what I'm doing and what has happened in the past couple of weeks. I do feel like a lot of this is almost, it's hard to put to words. And yes, there's so much that's shifting and that's really coming through. And the biggest part of this is that I just know that this is my soul's work, is to really share this embodiment process, this feel-good energy, this tapping in, these tools, these integration pieces with you. And that energy moving forward is what really propels you towards success, towards those beautiful relationships, towards having wonderful children, right? Like towards being the best person that you can possibly be, not for anybody else, but for yourself. And just by doing that, how it just ripples and changes for everybody else in your life. So lots of blessings to all of you. Thank you for listening. Feel free to check the link in my bio to get more information. I would love to chat with you. I love having my discovery calls, and again, they're free. I love having that one-on-one conversation on what you actually are looking for, what you need, and getting you where you need to go. If you're also feeling, you know, I work with a lot of other practitioners. If you have some other things that are on your mind and you just need direction, like, let me know. We can chat about that. I can get you where you need to go. I can refer you to some other practitioners that can actually help for your specific, not issue, I don't like that word, energy that you're experiencing right now. So lots of love, everybody. I'll talk to you soon, and stay tuned for that clearing is coming up on Thursday. I'll put the link below. It's only $20. Spots are limited, so feel free to take advantage, and we'll see you soon.